Over 500 law professors say Trump engaged in impeachable conduct in his dealings with Ukraine.
Here's a summary of the article.
More than 500 legal scholars from many of the top universities in the country lent their signatures to an open letter saying there's overwhelming evidence President Donald Trump engaged in impeachable conduct in his dealings with Ukraine. The letter, which was published Friday by the non-profit advocacy group Protect Democracy, said, "There is overwhelming evidence that President Trump betrayed his oath of office by seeking to use presidential power to pressure a foreign government to help him distort an American election, for his personal and political benefit, at the direct expense of national security interests as determined by Congress." The scholars said they did not reach the conclusion lightly and that they take no position on whether Trump committed a crime. But they added that conduct need not be criminal to be impeachable and that the standard here is constitutional, it does not depend on what Congress has chosen to criminalize. The scholars also underscored that the founders were deeply concerned over corruption in terms of a president's relationship with foreign governments, which is why the commander-in-chief is barred from receiving anything of value from foreign governments without Congress's consent. The letter concludes by citing much of the damning evidence against Trump gathered via the impeachment inquiry, before ending by stating that the House of Representatives votes to impeach and the Senate subsequently votes to remove Trump, then both chambers would be acting well within their constitutional powers. Trump has called the impeachment inquiry a hoax, and Republicans in Congress have overwhelmingly stood by him throughout the process. The president has forcefully defended his conduct with Ukraine, offering an inconsistent series of justifications as to why he withheld about $400 million in congressionally approved military aid from Kiev as he simultaneously urged Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to launch investigations into his political rivals.
This post received a score of 40,074, with an upvote ratio of 78%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
What are the chances that this impeachment thing will go on until the next election and then promptly forgotten? Not an American. Just curious. Honestly, it's 50-50. If he loses the next election, it will become a footnote in history. If he gets re-elected, then I am sure his opponents will continue to pursue impeachment.
Impeachment should be guaranteed, its removal from office which is unlikely to pass though.
Yeah, 2/3 of Senate, right?
What do they know? What about the 5 million law professors who crowded the National Mall during my inauguration?
I think you mean 15 billion law professors?
Lawyers from all over the galaxy came to pay homage to the Supreme Commander-in-Chief and Great Lord of the Space Force during his coronation. Don't commit space crimes, or space law will get you.
500 more deep state conspirators.
No, these are the coastal elites. The deep state are all the employees at the State Department or something.
I love how they keep using coastal elites. As if Trump isn't from the most coast elite town in this country. But, once again, it doesn't count if it's their guy.
He is the cartoon caricature of an evil rich guy villain in a kids' show. He has gold-plated toilets, from NYC, ran casinos into bankruptcy somehow, has a catchphrase of "you're fired," and looks ridiculous with the oversized suits and the hair. But he's a Republican, so that's all that matters.
500 law experts are not gonna sway the opinion of far too many Republicans.
The Dems would be better off getting 500 truck drivers from Texas to agree if they want to sway Republicans.
The truth of this hurts, man.
I read that imbecile conduct first, and didn't bat an eye.
That too.
Let an intern suck his cock. That's impeachable for Republicans.
Clinton was impeached for lying to Congress, but at least he went. Keep in mind, he was brought before Congress in the first place, over a blowjob. Imagine that today. That's how far down we've fallen. A blowjob was a reason to bring the president before Congress on national TV. We currently have a pussy-grabbing president who pays off women to have extramarital sex.
You might want to read up a bit on Clinton's impeachment. He wasn't impeached for lying to Congress, he was impeached for perjury pertaining to a lawsuit based on sexual harassment. The independent counsel was started based on the Whitewater controversy and other alleged misuses of power. He testified before a grand jury, not Congress. It had nothing to do with the actual blowjob, it was his testimony about their relationship. That's not to say the most powerful elected official taking advantage of one of his interns is a good thing though.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to Speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.